Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I have a new background. What do you think? I wanted something more like light in the background because I've had a problem with very dark videos and sometimes, things shifting out of focus, and I didn't know why. Maybe it's because it was too dark, or I don't know, but I just wanted like a light background, and this is like a room divider that I've been wanting for a very long time anyway. So I was like, okay, let's buy it now and maybe we can have lighter backgrounds. I also bought a plant. I'm not a plant person. Not because I don't like them, but because I just can't keep stuff alive. Well, I have been having like a few flowers and stuff that I've been keeping keeping alive for a few months, which, good for me, good for me. But yeah, I bought this one and hopefully I will be able to keep this alive. When I found this, it actually said this was one of the easiest to keep alive. So if I can keep this alive, yeah, it's, that's it for my career in whatever. Yeah, I will try to keep this alive. I'm thinking this shouldn't be able to die within the next few days when I'm filming my updates for this entire month. So yeah, if you don't see this next month, then maybe there's a problem with my skills of keeping plants alive. But anyway, let me know what you think of this background. I like the last background because it felt a little bit more personal. I feel like when people want to be more professional, let's say, they have a white background and they have like a plant or something, but maybe that's because it's easier to keep the white balance in check. I don't know, but that's one of my problems that I had as well, that the colors in the video could be a little bit off on me, on the items that I was showing. And so I thought, well, if I have a white background, then the camera will kind of know what is white and, how things should look. So maybe, it would be better. So that was also a big reason why I wanted a white background. But I didn't want an all white background. So I thought this would be a little bit intriguing, and then, a plant and, whatever. Let me know what you think. So today we're going to do the update for Pando's palettes. I have two palettes that I've been working on. One that I've been trying to hit all pans in. This has 48 shades. It's from e.l.f. And then we have a 3-shade palette from Luvia. And let's start with this one that I'm only trying to hit pan on in every shade. I need to hit about 4 pans every single month to be able to do so within this year. And spoiler alert, this is how it looked last time. So loved, so many pans showing, and this is how it looks right now. And as you can see, we have even more pans showing right now. I've been totally focusing on this side, so I'm going to bring this closer. This was the last pan I was hitting the other day, and I used it in my brows. I'm not sure I used it in any other way, but anyway, it took me some time to hit pan on this one. But before this one, I was actually working on these two, and I blended them together and had in my brows. And these two were the ones that I actually thought I would have pan on because I had already started working on these last month. But it took me quite some time to actually get pan on these, a lot longer than I thought. It took me maybe half the month, and I use them both day and nights. If you haven't been here before, I'm working nights and I'm working days, so I sleep twice, I do my makeup twice, even though in the nights I usually don't go in with heavy makeup. I don't do my full face of makeup most often, and if I do, I only use powder products. So it just takes like 5 or 10 minutes in the night while I can stand in my bathroom doing my makeup and skincare and all the routine in like an hour in the morning. So there's a big difference on how I use my products in the days and nights. And usually I have these palettes during nights. If I can use them during days, that's great, but my main focus is using these neutrals in the nights. So yeah, I hit pan on these, and the most exciting pan is, can you see it? Can you spot it? This one right there, this green one. I'm so happy to have hit pan on that one because there are a few shades in here in this palette that are just, hard for me. the greens and the blues and some of the yellows as well. But yeah, this was one of the hardest ones, so I am so happy to have a little tiny baby pan on that one. I wanted to hit pan on either this one or the blue one. I'm not sure I used the blue. I might have used it once. I think I used it once actually. But yeah, I hit pan on this one. I am so excited for that. And yeah, those are my 4 pans. So 1 green and 3 browns hit. Wow, like when I actually do this, it looks pretty great. We have so many pans. So what are my predictions for next time? Well, let's talk about the numbers first, shall we? Last time this weighed 122.28 grams. Now it weighs 121.13 grams, which is a difference of 1.15 grams, which is a lot. It's a lot. My goal every month, like I said, was to hit 4 pans. I'm aiming for 0.8 to 1 grams of product every month, but that doesn't always work. So the fact that I've used more than 1 gram this month is amazing. Amazing. So the question right now is, what shades do I actually want to hit pan on until next time? Which ones do I want to work on? And the given one, oh, maybe I should address the elephant in the room as well. I forgot the elephant in the room. I'm so used to having it here. I dropped this palette and a whole lot flew out of this one. I think I already had pan in this one before, so you know, it doesn't really matter for this project, but you know, there's a big chunk out of here. But that was the only product that actually fell out. So that's good, I guess. But the ones I want to focus on is this one, because this already has, that one. This already has a big dip going on. So I think I can hit pan on that one. I also think I can hit pan on the one above, the green kind of mossy shade. I have used this on my lower lash even in the evening, and I don't think you can even see that it is green. So that's great, because that means I can use it kind of on an everyday basis. So I think I can hit pan on those 2. And then I've started using this one in my brows. So I think this one will have a pan. Now the last shade, I'm not sure. I could go for the blue, because I feel like I only have to use it maybe twice more, maybe once or twice more to hit pan this one. It's a really nice blue. But yeah, I've used more than 1 gram of this and hit my 4 pans. I am excited. What's even more excited is that I've actually finished this one up. Yay! This was, of course, the Luvia Cosmetics 3-pan palette that I was trying to hit pan on. All of these were shimmery shades that I used on my lids during night. So I've been using this for kind of a half year, almost every single day, and it's been looking great. The last 2 months, I also used 2 of these shades as a highlighter and a bronzer, and they looked great, but that's how I could finish them so quickly. These are pretty big pans as well, so it really worked well with bigger brushes when I wanted to have them as face products. Great. The funny thing about this though is the weight. You will probably all know by now. If you have watched a lot of videos, the scales that are supposed to be very, very detailed, they seem to not be that accurate all the time. So last time, this one weighed 47.45 grams. Now it weighs 47.53 grams. So it's weighing more than last time. That should not be happening. But that is what my scale thinks. So we're going with it. But because I've weighed from the beginning to the end, I can also see that we went from 50.91 grams to 47.53 grams. That is actually 0.2 grams less than they say should be in here. The packaging says that every shade in here was supposed to weigh 1.2 grams each, which means 3.6 grams should have been used by now. But I can only see that I've used about 3.4 grams, which means 0.2 grams is gone. Or like 0.2 grams didn't exist, So maybe I got less than they actually said. I'm not worried about it. I'm not, sad that it's gone. I'm very happy that it's gone actually. And this is my first eyeshadow palette that I've ever finished. So yay! I'm so happy that I chose this palette. It was really easy to use. The shades were, versatile. I could use them for several things. It worked very well for the Better Together theme that Paula made. And that is actually why we're using 2 palettes. So we have the Better Together 2 palettes. We have a baby panda palette, which also was Paula's idea and I wanted to do anyway. And then we have Kicking It Old School, an old palette. So this was old, this was new. And what more? Did I have another thing going on here? Anyway, but this one is rolling out. And because it's a baby panda palette, which I want to continue, I will bring in another baby panda palette. Now, I don't have very many baby palettes, which includes every palette with 5 shades or less in them. I don't have too many. I know I have 2 duos. I have 2 quads. No, 3 quads. I have 3 quads. 2 of them look pretty much the same. I have a Charlotte Tilbury one with neutrals. I have a ZZ one with neutrals. And I have the Berry Bad palette from e.l.f., which is more like berry toned. And 2 of these palettes I'm already working on in other projects. So I have 1 quad and 2 of the duos that I could actually choose between. And I chose the quad from Charlotte Tilbury. I have never tried anything from Charlotte Tilbury before. I've heard these are very buildable. They're not too pigmented, which means I can use them during nights, which, in this project, I want to be able to work with these shadows in the night. So I think this will be great and versatile enough and easy enough for me to use to get good progress every month. It's also a very expensive brand, so I wanted to kind of compare this one to this one because I don't think this one was very expensive at all. I got both of these in advent calendars, but I know that Charlotte Tilbury is crazy expensive. So, comparing these 2 will be fun, but also to have this one that is more expensive so that I can really get my money's worth. And working on it from beginning to end to get a hold of, what Charlotte Tilbury is, how many times I need to use it to finish it, and so on. That will be a fun challenge. It will be fun to, experiment with. So this is how it looks. The front of it, it looks pretty elegant, I would say. And this is the inside. So these look pretty small. How much is in there? 5.2 grams. So these are 1.3 grams each, which means, this would have been 1.2 grams. This is 1.3 grams. So each and every shade is actually bigger, or it contains more than the other palette. And there are 4 shades in here. So it will definitely take me longer to finish this one than the Luvia one, but I'm okay with it. And yeah, I'm very excited for this one. Let's swatch it so that we can look at the shades and see what we're dealing with. So these are all of the shades back here. We're going to move closer so you can see them up close. They're not that shimmery. This one is the most shimmery, but this one isn't even, I don't feel like it's so blinding that it's more of a, festive look or, you know, something I can't use during night. I think I can use all of these during nights. I would have liked to actually use the Berry Bad palette, but I'm already panning 2 shades from that one in other projects. So I was like, okay, let's go for this one. But, you know, that would have been a little bit more of a mix up because it's berry tones instead of browns that we've been working on the whole year. So maybe it would be nicer to you know, to see in this project. But anyway, this is what we're working on and I am excited. I'm a little bit nervous, but I don't have to finish this one this year, obviously. I just have to work on it, and eventually the baby panda palette will be gone, or the baby palette will be gone. And I will probably, you know, continue to use this during the next year if I don't finish it this year, because that's how the baby panda palette goes. So that was it for this update and outro and intro for a new palette. Tell me what you think. Have you actually been using this? This is the Exaggerize Bigger Brighter Eyes Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. Have you used this one? What are the best ways of using this, you think? Can I use this maybe as a bronzer, or is it too light? Is this good as a highlighter? It looks a little bit too bright on my hands, but maybe I should try that out. But let me know if you have used Charlotte Tilbury's eyeshadows before, what you think of them, what can I expect. That would be great help for me. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and that I'll see you in the next video. Have a great evening. Bye.